everyone. Today is Saturday, December 15th, 2023, and I'm back with another episode of an update on my stitching. It's been about a month. If you're new here, I'm Monica from Peaceful Times, and welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. I'm glad to see you. Glad to have you back. I'm just going to get started. I'm not really going to do a lot of updates. We have a week, less than a week. We have this next week, 3 days and a half left for school, and then we're on break. I'm in hopes of doing lots of finishing over break, probably more finishing even than stitching, but maybe I'll do a finishing video. Not that you don't know how to finish, but just to show some different ways that I finish things. A friend of mine and I got together, and she had found online some hexagons that you use, like you take this size of a hexagon. I think it's supposed to be a 6-inch hexagon. These are the instructions, and I'll link them below in case you want to try your hand at this. We just did it with a piece of fabric, and then the way you fold in and stitch, you end up with this really cute, like origami or 3D looking star, which is pretty neat. My lighting is terrible. It's at night. I'm sorry. I think today wasn't great anyway. It was just yucky out, dark and rainy and all day. But this is mine. This is how mine turned out. Now I have a little red button, little red and white button that I'm going to put on the front and one on the back, so that then as it hangs on your tree, and of course I'll attach a hanger, and if it were to spin or whatever, you could see both buttons on both sides that would match. And that kind of covers just any of the little stitches that you see that you used as you made and pulled down each of the pieces. So this was my first one. I plan to make a few more before the season is over, but they went together pretty well and were super cute and a lot faster than a stitched piece. All right, I also had this one. This came from Lori Holt's It's So Emma group of stitches. Let's see. Right here. This is what the chart looks like. The Christmas vintage Christmas ornaments. And this one is the very first one. So I used on the back some fabric that had stockings on it and used some rickrack around it, stuffed it, and then hand sewed it when it was done. It's got a little piece of candy there. It turned out okay. I'm not super thrilled with it, but it's all right. I did a poor job of giving myself enough extra to make. I would have made it a little bigger. It's kind of small, but anyway, it's fine. So that's a finish. And then I'm just going to go through some of the ones that I've done, some things that maybe I acquired along the way, some old ones that I did a while back and are now finished, whatnot. So let's get started. I found a free pattern online called From Hollis Hobbies, and it's this little ornament. Again, I'll put it in the link below. It's something crossstitchfiles.wordpress.com. But I was looking for some free ones for different friends and family, and came across this one. So I used just a piece that I had dyed other things on. This is where I have a bunch of my other ornaments that I started with that chart that I just showed you. And so I just found a little corner and put in this cute little owl. Now, I had to do French knots here. I don't really know that it called for French knots, but the chart, I don't know, it's hard to see, but there's just little round, it doesn't say anything about French knots, but there's little round dots there that I assumed were probably French knots. So I tried my hand at them, and they look all right. They don't look too bad. Kind of gives a little, looks like it would be like if you put beads on it or something. You could do beads if you like beads better, but they don't, it's not like they're coming out, so that's nice. Sometimes I feel like I've done French knots in the past on things and they come right out. Like you pull it through and it's just like they disappear. So I don't know. I guess I finally have figured out how to do them right. But so this one was called Festive Owl. Festive Owl. Last time when we talked, I was trying to figure out maybe what I would do for WIPGO next year. And I still am in the process of trying to figure out January 1st, December 31st, New Year's Eve. They do the 12-hour projects. It's Kia B and Pam and Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching. Those two floss tubes, Kia from Kia B and Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching, got together a couple years ago and did 12 by 12. So it starts at noon Eastern time, and they do, and every hour they do a different project. Now this year I think they're working on magazines or media, I don't know, charts like that, something like that. I'm going to continue because I've only done it 1 year, where I pick out 12 things. It's a great way to do 12 new starts. I did 12 new starts last year. I easily have 12 things that I could start. I don't know that I'm going to do 12 starts. I just might pick 12 things to work on. Some will be new starts because there's definitely a few things I want to start this year. There's even 2 Christmas ones that I didn't pull out. I've shown them in the past, but I'll show them in the next one when I finally do get them started. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. They're doing it a little bit different, which is fine. I don't really have any. I have a couple magazines that I could do. I did Punch Needle Primitive 1 year, so I have 4 of those because those just come out quarterly, but I don't have anything other than that. So I found one of the pieces that I got from Bestitch Me. This is called Bronze Age. I was a part of their Fabric of the Month Club, and so this is 36 count Bronze Age. It's a beautiful hand-dyed fabric. It's dark, so you could use a lot of things on this one. Almost, it looks tan, but it's very bronzy, very like coppery almost. Has a copper feel to it. So it's a linen 36 count. It'll be able to be used for something. So then I have a couple that I've worked on. Haven't gotten too terribly far. This is Little House Needleworks Quilt Shop, and it's one in a series. It's the Hometown Holidays series. I've been working on this one forever, but I don't ever put in very much time. Like I only, I sit down and work on it once, and then I put the whole thing away. I don't know why. I think it's the linen that it's on. It's on 30 count lamb's wool, and it's a Witchel, which is very stiff. So I'm not terribly thrilled with it, but it's fine. So this one, so far, this last time that I stitched, there's 2 trees in the little window and 3 quilts hanging. So I did get those done. I don't know if you can see it, but that was the amount of stitching I did on this one. I really like it. I want to get it finished. I've assumed for sure it would be done this year. It didn't get done. Oh well. Try again for next year. The next one that I've been working on was also by Little House Needleworks. And this one is Lantern Lane. And I'm doing it on, I believe, a 28 count mushroom Lugana. Let me see if I still have the... Yep, 28 count mushroom Lugana. So now this time I've finished the bottom part of the house, the red part of the house. I was getting there, but slowly but surely. This is another one that's a very easy stitch. It's a very fun stitch. I do enjoy doing it. I don't know why I don't pick it up more often. I think I just got excited with all the other things and then don't go to pick it up very much. Okay, so this next one is one that my husband wanted me to do, and he had got the pattern for me last year. It's a free pattern. I had put it when I showed it the last time. I haven't gotten too much further, a little bit further, but it's called An Appeal to Heaven. It's like I said, a free chart online. And if you read about the story behind it, it was pretty cool. An Appeal to Heaven flag, so you'll see these flags, especially in the South, was the first flag of our nation and was flown by George Washington's Navy in 1775. It was also flown throughout the colonies during the Revolutionary War as a declaration that their only hope was in the God of heaven. The phrase, an appeal to heaven, implies that when all resources and justices on earth are exhausted, only an appeal to heaven remains. So I too need to keep working on this one. It's a 28 count. I think this is one I just got from Hobby Lobby. And I think it's a Lugana. So that's how far I am. Wouldn't take much to finish it. But I did get off at one point, somewhere in here, like half a stitch. So it's almost worse to be off half a stitch than a full stitch in order to try and fudge it or fix it. So I think I have it figured out now. But whew, trying to go back and see where I went wrong exactly and then pick it out, it made it unfun. My fault, not the chart's fault. Operator error, right? Okay. So I'm throwing in haul that I got along with different things that I've been working on. At Hollis Hands Creates, I think it's Christina, that runs that shop. And I ended up, I think it was like maybe Cyber Monday or something when the Etsy had $5 off if you bought anything over $5. And so there were a couple of fabric pieces that she had that I wanted. This one is Straw by Weeks Dye Works, and it's a 40 count straw, and I really like it. And I've always loved fawn. Fawn is so pretty too. It's such a great neutral, a really light mottled neutral. It's just so pretty. So this is a 40 count, and this is by Picture This Plus. And I've always loved Picture This Plus. Now I will say, this one's a little stiffer than some of my other Picture This Pluses. This Weeks is a lot softer, but they do say that Weeks Dye Works in general are a looser thread. You know, they have a looser count to them. So these are very different colors, but both very pretty, and ones that I've wanted for a long time. And when I was like, okay, I can get a little discount, I decided to jump. I've also been working on, I've showed you this before, the Prairie Schoolers Merry Mini Surprise. So I've done 4 of these now, or started 4 of them. The first 2 I did, this is on Vintage Country Mocha and a 28 count. There's a theme going, huh? So I think I showed these before. Those 2 are finished. And then I got this one done as well. And this one started. Just his bottom half. He needs a face. He needs an upper body. That one's got a tree, a sack, and a candy cane. All of these will be made into ornaments. Another one that I started was from the Scarlett house, Christmas alphabet. If you remember, I did the autumn alphabet previously. This one I put my start on Instagram. It's really wrinkled, sorry. It's on 40 count dark Cobblestone by Zweigart, but the colors on there pop. It is very dark, and I didn't think I was going to really like working on dark fabrics, but I love this. And the red that's used is Buckeye Scarlett, and that's a General Arts, and it's so pretty, so pretty. I don't know if you can see up close. It's so wrinkled, it's hard to see. But it's super pretty. That one too would be nice to be finished. Now, this is Bringing Home the Trees, another Lori Holt by It's So Emma. This one I have finished, and I even have framed. I can't find it though. What is wrong with me? I don't know if it's in with my Christmas decorations, and I decorated very minimal this year. Didn't have a lot of time to get a lot of stuff out, and so could be in a box somewhere, or it could be out in my shop. I redid my shop this summer, and it's kind of a hot mess. Last year I finished this one, but never did frame it yet. I'd like to do, I think, a white frame. This is that, I can't find the pattern for that either. This was Santa Claus done by, I think it was a Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop. Probably was maybe an It's So Emma. I don't remember. Then I did this one a long time ago. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, Silent Night. I don't know if it's just bad lighting in here. I have to make this video tomorrow if it gets any better. Yeah, that does look a little better. You can see it a bit better. I want you to be able to see it. This is very pretty. Now I used my own hand dyed, and I think it's a 14 count. No, I didn't. It's not a hand dyed. It's one that I got from Hobby Lobby because it was very close. The blue was very close. This one I dyed with just the RIT dye. This guy was on RIT dyed, you know, the aqua that everybody uses. So here it is, and it's a 14 count Ada. It is so pretty. So this one will have to be framed as well. I was thinking to begin with I wanted it in a flat fold, and then I'm like, no, I think it's going to fit a 10 by 10 frame perfectly. So I'm going to try that, see if I can find one of those. Now here's a Prairie Schooler that I started a few years ago and finished. I don't remember what year it is. But I'll figure it out and link it below. Put all of these on there so in case you want to go back and look. And then I showed this one last time, but I don't know that I did anything with it yet at that point. But this one, there's a lot of stitching. So my start, I started right here on this guy, and that's all I have done is that. I'll show you. But it's on his nose, it's in that area. So again, I'll try to link it, show you. It's an embroidery kit is what it's called. It's from across the way. Russian, Ukrainian, something or other. But this is my start. I can't remember which way it goes. Oh, it goes like this. Yes, I can. So I'm using what it came with, which is a 16 count Ada. I'm not sure what the color is. It doesn't really say. There's a whole bunch of them though that you can buy. He's just one of many neat ones. Some are really pretty. Okay. All right. So I did get some other haul as well. Some more fabrics. These are from Farmer's Attic, which is, again, one of my absolute favorite shops on Etsy. This is Pampas Reed, I don't know, but it's a perfect neutral. This one is Wheat. That's a good one. It's a nice, it's not nearly as dark as straw, but it's a whole different like color. You know, it seems like they're all similar, and they are until you throw threads on them, and then it's like, oh, you're glad to have all sorts of different ones. This is Pecan Shortbread, and this one I bought, it's a 30 count, and this one is for a pattern that I bought, which I believe was this one. Yep. So Gather Ye Pumpkins. I really didn't have anything Thanksgiving-wise, so I also got this chart as well. Haven't started it, would like to put it, you know, as a start for next year. All right, and then this one, Feast of Friendship. Now I saw Carol from Saltbox Stitcher had done this one, and it is so pretty. I was like, oh, I have to do that. So this is a Blackbird design. I always love Blackbird designs. Now then I have, that's about all I had for things that I bought. But I did find, because I was looking for some fun different Thanksgiving ones, I wanted to put together some pillows, and one that I saw Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, that's the name of her floss tube, she had made these little pillows. This was one of hers. And I was like, oh man, that is so cute. And it is actually a freebie. So I was able to go online and find it. Let's see if I can. There's a couple here. So Plum Street has a neat one too. I'll link theirs down as well. They put this one on like a neutral and a black background. And both of them say, "In everything give thanks." So those are cute ones you could put into pillows. So that was one of the freebies. I was trying to see if I could find. Oh, this was another good one. This was La Di Da. And I know I saw it a long time ago when I got into stitching, but this is a free one. I suppose I shouldn't show the chart. You have to go on there, right, to get it yourself. But this is by La Di Da. Smell My Feet. But it's such a cute, you know, freebie, chart freebie. And then this one that I found, I gotta find the picture. It's pretty neat. It's the one that Olivia did. And this one is by Twin Peak Primitives. Well, maybe I don't have a picture of it here. I sure thought I did. Well, you can search. I'll try and put a picture of it even down in the below. So if you're like, wait, what's that? I'll be able to link it for you. The idea though is it comes together. This is the chart, this free chart. I'm just going to show a quick picture of it. It's a couple of turkeys and just says Thanksgiving with a pumpkin in the middle of it. So I think she did it monotoned with just one thread color. I've pulled the threads for it. It gives about, I just pulled the DMC because they had only given General Arts version, and I didn't have all those. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm only using maybe 5 because some of them you can double up. But it even says it can be copied or distributed to third parties. So as far as that goes, you know, I don't feel bad showing the chart. But it was just kind of a cute one. I was like, oh, yeah, I like that. It had some little stars, the little berries and things at the bottom. So now then, I'm going to show you some of the charts that I have not finished. Here's this one out. This is one of the ones that goes just like the Santa Claus one. This one is Oh Dear, stitch quarterly. That's the flosses it uses. This one's from Erica Michaels. I got this one a couple years ago. I really liked it. I love the saying of it. It's called Chuck-Ful Christmas. So the saying is, though your stockings of silk or cotton or wool, I hope this Christmas finds it chuck-full. So it's kind of pretty. It's got the cardinal at the bottom. It's got the neat deer. Cardinals at the top with the Christmas trees. Then this one's so cute. This is by Trellis and Thyme. This one's called Merry Christmas to All. And Santa and the little deer are so stinking cute. And the little houses at the bottom. Then a goodie, oldie but a goodie, Lizzy Kate, Tiny Tidings. This is number 155. So there's a bunch of different charts that Lizzy Kate did back in the day that are Christmas. Here's this one. See, I thought I bought it twice. I did. Little Red Barn. I thought I probably bought this twice. So this might be something that goes as a giveaway someday. But it's so cute, the sheep and the little bird down there in the fence. Love it. This one I showed last time too. Haven't done it yet. I was looking for the little tray from Hobby Lobby. I didn't see one. This reindeer is really pretty. I would love to do that. And then this one could be more, not just Christmas, but actually like winter. And this is Puffin Party. And when my husband and I dated, that was his nickname. I always called him Puffin. Weird, but we thought we needed that one because there's 2 little puffins on there. It's super cute. Okie dokie. Well, I think that's all I have for this episode. I've had to do some subbing recently, a little bit, and filling in. My boss has been sick. I think she was like sick 18 days. It was bad. I think she had what I probably had previously. It's kind of one of those things. We work in what I call a cesspool with all sorts of germs that come in from everywhere. I don't know what's worse, if I had to work as a nurse or a doctor in a hospital or clinic or working in a school. But anyway, I've got kindergarten left to finish testing this week, filling out all the papers that have to go home to all the parents, and then I'm done for this end of the school year. Well, not school year, but end of the fiscal year, which is good. Get the updates on all the testing, and then can go from there and change up my reading groups. And we have a couple birthdays coming up in January. My husband, my middle son, and my daughter all have birthdays in January. So I'd like to do a lot of decluttering over break with clothes and just our house in general. We live in a very small 1,100 square foot, potentially 1,200, square foot house. So you can't keep a lot. You got to keep whittling away at it, getting rid of it, moving it on. And so I will be doing that. But thank you for stopping by, and I am in hopes of having lots of finishes to show. Maybe I'll, in the next 2 weeks, do another video that shows you some of my finishes, because a lot of those I'd like to give away. So I won't have a chance to do a full floss tube again before those are already gone. So thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful holiday season, whatever it is that you celebrate. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Maybe I'll do a video right after the new year that shows what I did on 12 by 12, or what my whip go goals and things are. I will say one thing real quick. I watch a bunch of floss tubers that have specific days of the month or specific days of the week that do specific projects. And I've never been scheduled my stitching, like tonight I'm going to do this and tomorrow. I just never know when I'm going to get a chance to stitch. So I just kind of grab what I have, what I've been working on, or kind of what I want to work on. So I did hear the ladies from the attic talk about the fact that they don't stitch. How'd she word it? We don't stitch for the season, we stitch in the season or with the season. And I thought, yeah, that's about right. I stitch with the season, it seems like, more than stitching for the season, because you almost have to be ahead of it. Like right now, I like to work on Christmas things because it's Christmas time, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get them done. And it doesn't mean I'm going to be getting them done to put out. And apparently, looking at this pile, I'm terrible at finishing anything. So that's something I need to work on in the new year as well, is if I finish something, to actually fully finish it so that I can display it. Pillows, I've been okay to do. Some things in frames I've done well with, but not the other stuff. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I guess that's all I have. Take care. Happy stitching. I'd like to add one more thing on real quick. If you wouldn't mind resubscribing, if you have already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, because I feel like a lot have been kicked off. Or if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe, please. Or leave a link leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up. Any of that would be helpful. Thank you.